What's good, YouTube? Another quick hitter video, a pickup that was important for the Oklahoma City Thunder, re-signing Jeremi Grant to a 3-year, $27 million contract. This is an excellent contract because he was one of their best players, as stupid as it sounds. But honestly, he was one of their better players on the court defensively, was a ability to switch 2, 3, 4, and sometimes 5, play small ball 5. A guy that can play the 4. He sometimes he even played better than Carmelo Anthony, getting out in transition, creating havoc defensively by getting the blocks, by getting the steals. A guy that knows his role and a guy that can continue to get better. I definitely like him because he was one of their best contributors. 6'9", 220, 24 years old. A guy that showed a lot of potential. Philly gave up on him. The Thunder took a chance with him, and he really paid dividends for them in this season. And he was one of the lone bright spots from this season with the Thunder, seeing how versatile and how good he is. I was surprised that the Thunder wanted to get him back because they go in far to the luxury tax, but you have to resign this guy, and at the end of the day, they was able to do it. And he's a good pickup, and it's good to have a guy like this. He's a utility guy. He's gonna do the work, dirty work, get the blocks, get the steals, get the rebounds, make the extra pass, make the backdoor cuts, get to the slashing in. A guy that isn't the best ball handler, isn't the best scorer, isn't the best 3-point shooter or floor spacer, but he's a guy that's active. He's a guy that hustles. He's a guy that does all the little things that can help you win. And that's one thing that you want a winner. And I feel like he brings that to the table, especially at a young age. You don't really see a lot of players really trying to be a defensive stopper, trying to be a defensive player. You really see people trying to get buckets, trying to score, make a name for themselves. He just went out there and did the little things, and that's what stood out for me for him the most was watching him play. I'm looking like that was a good play, that was a good move. I like what he just did, and he plays well with Russ. This is Russell Westbrook team. This is hit. This is hit him. And Jeremi Grant doesn't really seem like he will fit in, but he does. And he can even be a pick and roll guy. He's a guy that can catch lobs too. So he's a guy that's not going to need the ball, and he's a guy that can impact the game multiple ways. And like I said, they don't really have that much of a bench, and securing a guy that can continue to improve while still giving him a long-term to a certain extent deal, and you know what he brings to the table, you know his work ethic, you know what he can do, and he's familiar with the team and the coach, that's a plus. Everybody was high on Grant. We actually surprised that he got such a low deal in general because of the signs and the things that he showed for his age. But this is a good deal for Sam Presti, locking him up for a couple more years. And worst case scenario, he's 27, 28, trying to get another payday. But at that time, this team would be a whole completely different team, and if he's still a part of it, he can be a positive factor as he get older, as he mature, and as he continues to learn the game and get quality minutes. He might be able to take Carmelo's spot. He might be the answer if Carmelo leaves next year, having him to play that stretch 4. He might can be able to develop a 3-point shot this year, and if he's able to develop that spot up 3 and that corner 3, he can really be very vicious and a big threat to a lot of players and teams. And he's a guy that you have to watch because he can get them offensive rebounds. He can get those loose balls, and he can get his hands on some balls. If he plays the passing lane, he's quick, he's long, he's athletic, and he's just a tough guy. I like him. Sam Presti likes him for a particular reason. He was a priority. It seemed like they made it quick that they wanted to keep him around, and for the price that they got him at, it's very cheap. And he's gonna live up to that contract because he already did it last year. The only thing about it is, if he continues to develop and continues to get better, he's gonna be one of the best bargain contracts in the league. And not only that, he's a guy that other teams will want just because he is a solid two-way player at this point, and he still has room to develop. So he's a guy that teams would not mind adding into a deal, and teams would not mind trading a first-round pick at worst for him, because to me, at this point, he's worth that. Plus, like I said, he can continue to develop in the future. and probably expand his role, expand his game, and be a bigger picture and a bigger part of this Oklahoma City Thunder team, especially if, like I said, Carmelo leaves. With Paul George locked down long term, Steven Adams locked down long term, and Andre Robertson locked down long term, and Carmelo Anthony dropping $27 million off your cap next year, but you still gonna be cap strapped. You need guys like this that can play multiple positions and switch, and also make a defensive impact, and also bring in effort, energy, and excitement, because he makes some dunks, he makes some threes, he gets those blocks that make the crowd go crazy, and that can be pivotal in playoff games and in regular season game. It can change the momentum. He's a guy, a glue guy. Does everything you need him to do, doesn't whine, doesn't complain, goes out there and do his job, and does what the team needs him to do to win. And if you can find a guy like that, that's special, especially under this type of contract in this day and age of NBA. So let me know what you guys think. Check out my website, analysisplayground.com. Link in the description in the comment section below. Check out my YouTube. My Facebook, my website, analysisplayground.com. Link in the description in the comment section below. And let me know if you think this is a good pickup for the Oklahoma City Thunder, retaining and re-signing Jeremiah Grant.